thinking about your business today, what is the most prominent challenge you're currently facing with the current macroeconomics or whatever the challenges we're facing as a community?
I think people are hesitant to take risks at the moment. So people are very much taking a let's wait and see what the Reserve Bank does next kind of approach, because a lot of people are going through cost of living pain, inflationary pressure. There's been a great deal of difficulty finding staff. I don't know if you guys have seen this year, but I've spoken to multiple business owners who've said, I can't even get somebody to drive my delivery van. I'm out there driving it myself this week because, we can't get anybody. So people have kind of put everything on pause. And when you say, well, should we try to move your global strategy forward? They're like, oh, I don't know if now's the right time. Maybe we should wait till next year. Well, if the economy is going down the drain in your home market, that's actually the right time to be looking outside because it's a hedge.
Absolutely.
And one of the, the key reasons that you would look to go global is to hedge, seasonality or fluctuating economic conditions at home.
Yes. I'm 100% on your camp. In our industry, across the board, this year compared to previous years, the volumes and the income have dropped by 50 to 60% on average across the industry. That is pretty seismic.
Yeah.
So most people will be like hunkering down, which is important, what's your cost and all that. That's basic fundamentals. But what else are you going to do with your time, right?
Well, there's got to be some upside, right?
Exactly.
Risk works in both directions.
You should have a lot of free time outside of generating business.
Yeah.
If things are too buoyant, too busy, you're just so busy trying to keep the boat afloat, for lack of a better pun. And
so it's a great time to basically take stock.
Well, we did see this during COVID as well. I mean, a lot of people didn't want to do anything during COVID, but a lot of people had so much spare time and couldn't go anywhere. So, I mean, we had quite a few people coming to us even during that period saying, well, let's plan now because, we'll be able to action it. And those people are now going on and actually doing things.
Yeah.
But it's about getting people to be comfortable with a level of risk. I mean, you're not asking them to bet the whole house on something,
yes.
But if you don't take any risk, you can't have any upside.
Which is interesting you touch on the risk, like, as business owners, any business owner, you go into your own business, you're either a sucker for punishment, or you're a risk taker.
Yeah.
Right?
I think we're all...
Or a bit of both.
Yeah, or a bit of both. Usually it's always both. But then for us to then stop short of going that final step, I would say your skin's already in the game.
Yeah.
What's holding you back? It's like running a marathon, the last bend, and you say, I'm giving up. No, well, just push a little bit harder.
Yeah.
This is a time where better than ever is when we need to look abroad to expand what we believe to be.
There's probably less competitors going on because if everyone's stopping their growth strategy and you're the only one willing to push that extra.
Well, it depends.
It should be the minority percentage.
That's right.
Well, it depends which market. I mean, I think here, I'm going to be politically incorrect, I think we're probably incredibly passive. We come from a country which is sitting on a huge resource base. We're very fortunate, high standard of living, everybody's pretty comfortable. People don't feel this, burning need. I mean, you guys have both come from cultures where people have had to go through much worse, and it instills a different mindset in people. People are willing to, work a lot harder, eat more hardship.
Well, I can tell you now, my kids probably don't have that drive that I had.
Yeah.
Because we were refugees, and were you refugee?
Well, to be frank, my family migrated to Australia in the mid-80s.
Oh yeah.
But I was very young then, so the circumstances, not sure. I believe we might have been religious refugees.
Okay.
Because I've got some Russian in me.
I actually think we're all refugees.
Well, a refugee that came on a plane didn't come on a.
No, but it's true. So when you come in as a refugee, I mean, it's a classic sociological pattern. So first generation gets in, just does whatever they have to do for their kids.
Yeah.
Second generation usually does extremely well because their parents have poured everything into them and they feel obliged to repay their parents and they work really hard and they're usually hugely successful. And then third generation, they're kind of comfortable because mum and dad were really successful and gave them everything and they don't have to try. you know, families like mine have been here. I don't know.
My kids are gonna try.
Well, you just beat them until they try, right?
But sometimes, you know, being a parent, you often are hard on your kids. So your kids are probably very hard workers.
But I think if you look at the majority of business owners, you know, if we've got like mainly male, white, Anglo-Saxon business owners, they don't feel that they have to take that risk because it's comfortable. And because they're not kind of psychologically and culturally made up to take that risk, when things get scary the way they are now, their reaction is not, like go forward and like eat up risk and go forward. It's like, help.
We are all product of our environment.
Yeah.
You know, we can't, I guess, you know, I'm not one who sort of says, oh, because I'm ethnically different to the land I happen to be in, therefore I'm somehow disadvantaged. That's far from it. I think this country is one of the greatest countries in the world.
I agree.
That provides anyone, a hard worker, a platform to be successful.
I agree.
But invariably, with that being said, we become a product of our environment.
And you got to take the risk if you want to have a chance at the prize, right? If you don't take the risk, you just can't get that.
Yes. I like to think I'm a little bit of a risk taker, but I do feel, you know, as I've come through the ranks and going to, you know, people becoming more and more risk adverse. You know, and
as you get older, actually, as well, you become.
But even the young ones, the young kids these days, you know,
they think they're risk averse.
Maybe this is me talking out of my backside.
Maybe there's too many helicopter moms and dads.
No, I felt a lot. Most of us, as a population, more and more people are becoming introverted. Right. When I was growing up, there was a clear, like looking at high school, all my schooling years and my friends, it was clear, you know, extroverted people were introverted. But even just through, because we have a lot of interns that come through the business, or young kids, you know, finishing high school or university, and even just looking at, you know, the environment that I'm around, I have felt more and more people becoming introverted.
Could it be COVID, I reckon?
Or could it be Netflix?
Could it be?
Or iPhones.
So does that have an impact as a community in what we do and what we're trying to achieve?
Could be.
I mean,
I don't know.
so these are my thoughts anyway. Like, I thought because I was thinking about this when we talk about risk taking and so forth. I think as a community, we are quite risk averse as a culture.
Yeah, I think in Australia, but I think it's got to do with being quite comfortable too.
Right.
Do you know, when you've come from circumstances which are really difficult and you've kind of experienced what it's like for things to be very bad, you have that real desire for something better, I think that drives you to really create something better. Whereas if you're always quite comfortable, it's easy just to go on being comfortable. You don't actually have to strive for any more.